All right, so this next one I'm very happy because I added it, and I thought, we're probably going to get another trailer that has more views. We base our trailer picks for our picks of trailers based on the last week, and we're subscribed to a bunch of different stuff here at Mike's After X Reviews, and then it's like the last 7 days, and whatever trailer's got the most views over those last 7 days. And I was suspecting that we were going to get another one. I was going to beat this one, but I'm happy to see that it's not, and I'll tell you guys why in a second, because we are watching the trailer for House of David, official trailer, Prime Video. Coming at us from Prime Video. We are going to first of all, with the Google Chrome extension, we can see it's got 2.1 million views. We're going to like the video. It's got 28,000 likes and 2.2 thousand dislikes. That's a great ratio. That's a great number of views. So House of David, I already understand what it was about just from the thumbnail and stuff, and that's why. And actually, to tell you the truth, I watched like the first 5 seconds of the trailer because I was like, wait, is this actually, what is this? Is this what it's about? You know? But it's about David. It's about David, and he's a religious figure. He's not a religious figure. He's a Christian. He's a Judeo-Christian figure. And I've talked about, full transparency, I am a Christian. I don't ever... That never actually comes up because I talk about movies and video games in a way that doesn't involve my religion. But it's just cool. Like, I appreciate movies like Milk and... oh my God, the one with Denzel Washington and Tom Hanks, where Tom Hanks is a lawyer who's gay, and so they fire him. Those are great movies, okay? Movies about the struggles of people who are homosexual, movies about, the struggles of people who are basically not the Christian archetype, okay? Like Islamic people who've struggled, okay. I totally appreciate those movies because they're all great. And as long as they capture universal truth. When it comes to talking about religious things and cultural things, the thing that I don't like is when you take like a Wolverine movie and then you make him a Christian, and now the movie about Wolverine, who should be basically just a 3-clawed killing machine, is now actually about Wolverine trying to preach Jesus to the audience. That should not be the case. That should not happen. What that movie should be about is, a man whose life has been completely destroyed and he's lost everything, persevering because even though he's a rough, gruff, mean guy, he wants to do what's right. That has nothing to do with, there is no Christian message there. There's a universal message. Anyway, so movies about other types of cultural ideas are fine. Movies about entertainment and certain universal truths are fine. When you try to mix those things together, that's my problem. Now it's my turn to say, as a person who's a Christian, it's really cool. It's not like important and I need to see people like me or any of that stuff, but it's just cool to see a cool story that I really like as a Christian. I'm a Christian. I've read this story. It's one of my favorite stories. There's 2 stories I like. Samson, the story of Samson. My dad taught me that story as a kid. I love it. It's my favorite Bible story. And then the story of David is my second favorite Bible story. So it'll be cool to see this made. It would be cool to see it made even if I wasn't a Christian. But my whole point is that I know this. It's not that I'm a Christian, so it's cool to see. It's that because I'm a Christian, I know these stories and I like them. And so it's cool to see it be made into a movie. There's my whole big long rant about my Christian beliefs and how they affect my YouTube channel and how I think of things. But anyway, let's check out the description. You know the legend. Now experience the journey. House of David premieres February 27th. So that is 20 days away as of the time of recording. And I'll be able to watch this. Cool. Well, listen, guys. I know that I kind of did a long rant, so we'll jump right in. We've got a 2-minute 50-second trailer. I hope that you're ready. Here we go. All right, wonder.
Can one stone change the course of history?
Yes, it can.
Cowards! Send me your champion!
Cowards, send me your champion. Okay, who is that, I wonder?
Can one act of defiance?
Oh, okay.
create the legend.
Man, yes
I
it
will tell you
can.
the story of David, a simple shepherd
See,
boy.
by the way, and this is what I was saying before too, is that, so you have this young guy, he fights a giant. Okay, and we all know how the story goes, he kills the giant. Okay. When I see stories from Nordic mythology, which is a religion, when I see stories of Islamic religious belief, when I see stories of Hindu, when I hear about Buddha, and all these things that talk about similar ideas, those excite me too, you know? And I like them. And if they were made into movies, I would like them. But I also like this story, so it's cool to see it being made into a movie. That was my whole point. It's not that it's a Christian movie. It's that it's a Christian story that I like, and it's being made into a movie. Okay, here we go.
Why do my brothers get to fight?
Because they're
And
awesome.
I'm stuck here.
David, you are not a man of blood.
An outcast who became one of the most famous kings who ever lived.
God does not see what man sees. He sees into the heart. And you
Not only
have the heart of a lion.
does he see the heart. Now I'm going to tell you what this is. Not only did he become the most famous kings, according to history or religious texts and stuff, David killed a lot of people. Like in war, he didn't he did battle with a lot of people. And I'm pretty sure people don't know this, but should I even... Spoiler alert, in the Bible, before he fights Goliath, David, in hand-to-hand combat, with his bare hands, kills a lion and a bear. Like a lion, and then on a separate occasion, he kills a bear. And this, to defend the sheep he's defending. So this looks like it's that. King Saul.
Philistines have assembled. I saw the print of a hand larger than a weaver's
Whoa!
basket.
They have a giant. What?
My king,
It's like Lord of the
I will
Rings.
fight the giant.
They have a cave
Fight him
troll.
with the same spirit
They have a
you
giant.
bring into this room.
An epic retelling.
Play
Yeah.
music for my father. Now he chooses you as champion. How will you do this?
It's
know
not
the
about
legend.
the greatness of the giant. It is about the greatness of God.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so the thing is that Goliath historically was supposed to not even have been able to carry his own shield. He had other people carry it for him.
So, as the fate of a people,
Because just to block his whole body, it was too heavy.
again I ask this question. Can one stone change the course of history?
I'll tell you, so, my understanding, and I'm not like some weapons expert or anything, but my understanding is that a sling at full force you can release it with the power of a shotgun. Like, actually, they're ridiculously powerful. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but this guy was in the Mummy movies, so, I mean, it's cool to see him again. The Mummy. Cast. Where is he? There he is. Oded Fahir, probably is how you pronounce it. I'm not sure, but it's cool to see him. Yeah, so the big thing that I'm showing up for isn't even David, because the thing that I like about the story of David is not David. I mean, he's like the second thing. The first thing I like is not David itself. It's the giant. You know, Goliath was supposed to have a spear tip. The tip of Goliath's spear was supposed to be this big. It was supposed to be like that. Okay, and it was supposed to weigh 14 pounds, just the spear, with like a 10-foot long, or an 8-foot long thing, shaft. Goliath was supposed to be like 12 feet tall. Yeah, he wasn't like 30 feet tall or anything. He was supposed to be 12 feet tall, and I mean, there's even a whole biblical story about how he is the size that he is, and it has to do with angels that came down from heaven, and they're called the Nephilim, and we'll see what they get into that. As long as this movie doesn't go the way of Noah, which was straight up sacrilegious and offensive to Christians, and it wasn't a good movie, like a great movie either. Like the movie Noah just was like Russell Crowe. If you're taking liberties, could be okay in telling a story that's, a Christian story, as long as you're saying, like, I'm not a Christian, so I'm going to make a story that's kind of inspired by the Christian story. But then they did that, and the movie wasn't that good either. So I was like, what is that? So this movie has the opportunity to come in and try to capture that audience, and if they do it right, it could be cool. It's a very cool story. If you're a Christian, you believe in stuff like this historically, this would be like a real life, a giant, almost like a supervillain. Even if you're not a Christian, you might believe that there were people who, there are people who are really big, and yeah, whatever. It's just an interesting idea. If you're not a Christian. And so hear the story of how a normal guy fights a guy who just so happens to be 12 feet tall, and by the effect of being that big is able to basically be super strong. But let's check out the comments and see what other people say. David won over Goliath but lost Bathsheba. The real giants are the desires within us we haven't killed yet. That is true. That is true. It's not about the greatness of the giant, but it's about the greatness of God.
Not about the
So
greatness.
again, for Christians, that is the way that it is. Okay, let me see. What did he say? We finally got a Goliath over 9 feet tall. Yes. Why over? He was 9 feet tall. We do not know how tall Goliath was in reality. People have guessed like theorists for centuries. I love the view of Goliath being a figure similar to the excavated remains of 12-foot tall men. 12-foot plus tall men. 1 second, guys. 12 plus foot tall men. Most modern retelling tilt towards the 7-foot model. Others use older commentary regarding 9-foot tall Goliath. I want to see a true giant defeated by a diminutive person amongst nobodies in ancient history. That's pretty cool. Okay, yeah. 1 Samuel 17 tells us he was 6 cubits and a span high. King of Gath, one of 5 kings at the time of the duel between David and King David, and David takes 5 smooth stones because okay. 6 inches would make him 11. Okay. So using the royal cubit of 6 equals 21 inches, and a span of 6 inches would make him 11 foot 3 inches. Even if it was a standard cubit, he would be about 9 feet tall. Even if it was a standard cubit, he would be about 9 feet tall. Josephus does say measure these kings on a royal cubit. Would have spinal issues and knee problems. He would also be weighed down by armor in the desert heat. He actually would be disabled in handcuffs in the fight. David's smaller letter using the slingshot was always in a better position. The sniper always wins. I like that. People talking about it. It's just such a cool idea, though, to think of a guy who's like shoulder span is like 7 feet wide and his body is 11 feet tall. Like, my God, how hard would it... Seriously, think about what it would be like to really face a guy who's basically probably like so big. Like, so big. Anyway. Okay, so far, this impressed me. It doesn't look like a retelling as it does. It doesn't look like a retelling as it does a near faithful adaptation. Being on Prime Video, though, I'm holding some reservation. Yeah, finally a director decided to spend over $1 million to make a classic Bible movie. We need more movies like these. Just imagine one with Noah, Moses, and King Solomon, for example. Yeah. So there's a lot of Christian people who are kind of talking about the Christian stuff. For the purposes of, I am a Christian, but for the purposes of Mike's After Action reviews, I really don't care about that. What I care about is the quality of the movie, and it has potential. By the way, that armor looks like the same armor that the Kingsguard use in Game of Thrones, like the same kind of breastplate. Am I right? Isn't that somebody uses that armor from Game of Thrones, like with the lines like that, vertical lines. Yeah, but this looks like it could be pretty cool. I mean, just like I said, the idea of a young guy fighting a giant is just a cool idea for a story. What is he going to do with that sword, by the way? Do you see that little tiny sword he has? That's a little dagger for him. My God. He probably just beats people to death. That's with his bare hands. Yeah. Or just hits him with his shield. So Goliath was the first super soldier. He was Captain America of the Middle East. He just beat people to death with his shield. But all right, guys. So yeah, this looks cool. Looks like it has some potential. It's coming out on the 27th, 20 days from as of recording this. But check it out and let me know what you think if you've seen it already in the comments or in if you're watching this on the individual video or the live stream. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Yeah, let me know what you think if you see it. Otherwise, guys, we're gonna take a short intermission here, and we will see you. Excuse me. And so we'll see you after these messages. Don't forget to check me out on Twitch and join the Discord where you can voice chat with me while I live stream and you won't be recorded or anything on YouTube and Twitch, so that's pretty cool. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. If you like to read, you can see my after action reports on my blog. And if you are interested, you can get some merch from my spring store. The links for everything are in the description below.